So I hit 30K a month in 30 days in SMMA. I helped Evan and RB go from 10K a month to 50K a month in 30 days. Max Hastings hit 20K in 30 days. Jacob hit 20K in just the first 60 days of working with us. And Noah made 6K in 14 days with zero experience in SMMA. And I currently mentor over 60 actual agency owners. And this is just, a few I've actually just mentioned here, right? So in this video, I'm going to actually give you guys a full entire guide on whether, you've started your agency yet, maybe you have, maybe you haven't. And I'm going to give you the exact steps and blueprint to scale your agency. And because, I run my own, my own agency, like these other guys, other, gurus out here that run their agency. And I'm going to give you strategies that actually work in 2025 and actually guarantee you hitting 10K a month, your first 30 days of working, in SMMA, or hitting 30K within your first few months. So without further ado, guys, let's go, let's get into it. And yeah, so step number one is picking the right niche, right? So you guys want to pick a growing industry. You don't want to pick a bunch of bullshit. What I mean by this is a growing industry is you want to pick an industry that is growing in the market rapidly, right? There's new businesses popping up every single day because these are more businesses that you can sell essentially, right? So, there's more of a market for it. So you guys want to get a market where you have the right audience, right? What I mean by this is, let's say roofers, right? Contractors, right? What else? Concrete, right? That's a good one. Car detailing, stuff like that, where these guys, they don't know how to market themselves, right? They're in need of it. Marketing is going to work. It's going to get them a ton of leads, tons of appointments, right? But you want to pick a market, right, that stands out. And what I mean by this too is get a market that also where you can get SMS numbers. What I mean by this is get the personal cell phone number of the homeowner. If you can find a niche like that, that's going to work very, very well. If you pick a niche like chiropractic, that's not going to work, right? Chiropractic, it's so fucking oversaturated. It's ridiculous. I was in that niche. And if you really do want to contact these people, you're going to have to do it via email, LinkedIn, or Facebook. And you're going to have to do a DM system that takes a ton of time to set up. That's just not worth your time in figuring out, right? What you couldn't do instead is send out SMS to these people, right? Send out a text message to their personal number where it goes straight to their phone. That's a lot more effective. You're going to get a lot more replies and a lot more meetings actually booked from that. And again, they have to be easily contactable, right? You guys got to find these people fast and in abundance. What I mean by that is the BBB.org, Better Business Bureau. You can find these guys on lead scrapers and whatnot, but you really want to dial in and get their actual phone number. Because if you get their phone number, right, you're going to have a higher chance of them replying to, text messages and all that. So you guys want to also aim for a large pool of prospects, right? You want to aim for like 50,000 plus. If you have, 50,000 plus business owners, you're going to have a lot more of a market, right? For instance, I'm in roofing. Roofers, there's over 100,000 roofers in the United States, right? All I need to hit 10K a month, all I need is 4 clients to pay me 3K. So that's 12K a month. 4 clients out of 100,000 roofers in the US, right? Like, you look at those numbers and that's easily attainable. You guys can easily do that. But saturated niches are actually very, very good too. Because if you think about the market, think of 100 people that are doing the exact same thing for the exact same saturated niche and they're getting nowhere, right? That's what's going to happen. Then you go to, you're in the same niche, but you take a different approach and there's like maybe 10 guys that do that. Well, guess who's going to fucking sell more? Guess who's going to make the big money? The guys over here, because they differentiated yourself. So if you do have a saturated niche, like I'm in a very, very saturated niche, probably one of the most saturated niches out there, and that is roofing, right? And I can make it work. I'm making 40K a month in roofing, and there's guys out there that can barely even get a sale, right? So obviously I know something that you don't. So it definitely is a very controversial take, but if you are in a niche that is saturated, don't always give up. You can still make it work. You just have to find the right system, the right path, the right vehicle, and it will work. What does that mean? Like good appointment booking systems, show up rate, sales process, sales, service delivery, right? If you have all those in tune and they differentiate from your market, you will actually win in that specific market. So now you guys actually want to create a very, very good offer. And what I mean by this is create an offer that is a done for you service. What do I mean by this? Facebook ads, Instagram ads, right? I know this has been talked about for fucking years since I'm in Gachi started this shit, but it still works. It still works very, very well, right? And this could go as far as YouTube ads, TikTok ads, running content, right? Getting content out for people, for instance, right? Or even lead generation. Lead generation works very, very well, especially for the contractor niche. There's so many contractors out there right now that are in need of leads, but they don't have a way of finding them, right? They're just sitting on, waiting for referrals, and whatnot, and that's not sustainable. right? Or even door knocking. Door knocking is not sustainable. Those, it just takes forever. But if you could have ads running for you where they have leads and qualified appointments, qualified prospects coming to their, where they're going to their door for qualified prospects and get the sell, well, they're going to sell a lot more. It's all on autopilot. It's so much easier for these people to actually bring in revenue. And if you bring them a lot of revenue, well, guess what? They're going to stay with you for a very, very long time and work for you for months and months on ends and possibly bring you tens of thousands of dollars. Now, one thing you guys also want to stress on is bundle services. What do I mean by this? If you just say, oh, I run Facebook ads and I run Instagram ads, these guys are gonna be like, fuck no, I don't want to do that shit. The amount of people that have been burned by saying those words is ridiculous. So first off, you need to reframe that. We say, you don't want to even mention, I don't even mention anything about, Facebook ads, Instagram ads. I just say, we bring you qualified booked in home estimates, right? So you're going to go to the homeowner's house and pitch them on a new roof, right? This is a qualified lead. And that's basically what I say, right? That we're getting them qualified appointments, qualified homeowners that are ready, that are hot, that are ready to, purchase a new roof, right? So it's very, very important that we stress the value of, bundling your services together and not giving the whole thing out right away, because you guys can't be using keywords out there that these guys have been burned by. You have to differentiate yourself in some way. So with bundling the services, do Facebook ads, TikTok ads. So like, for instance, what I do Facebook and Instagram ads, but then I get them Google reviews. So I say, I'm going to get you Google reviews. I have a whole system, an appointment booking system. I have a team of booking, like setters that are going to book in your appointments. Also, what I say is that we have a follow-up process. So if these people don't book in, we have reminders, text messages, emails sending out to them to remind them to book in a call, because these people already went through the ad, so they're interested. So we have a whole follow-up sequence for them. And I show them this on the call and they're like, wow, this is amazing. We also do database reactivation. What is this? This is reaching out to their past customers and then basically reactivating them as a new customer. So that works very, very well. And you want to bundle all that in one. So what I basically do is I throw, the price out, like, hey, we're going to get you qualified appointments and whatnot. And then as free, what I throw in there is that, we're going to get you Google reviews. We're going to do database reactivation. We're going to be following up with these leads. We have a whole appointment booking system. Then the value goes from here to $1,000, a month service to a $3,000 a month service. So you guys want a strong offer and guarantee. What I mean is like something as crazy as 10 times ROI or your money back, like something ridiculous like that. Because you want to have a guarantee so good that you reduce risk, right? You reduce risk, and then in turn, they're going to close more deals. So if you say all the stress is on me, right? If I don't get you this result, well, guess what? I have to refund you all the money plus work for you for free. For instance, with me, I'm like, yeah, so I'm going to get you, let's just say, for example, 15 qualified appointments within the month. If I don't get you 15 qualified appointments within 1 month, then I'm going to work for you for free until I do. Plus, if you don't profit, I will refund you everything, including the ad spend, plus pay you $1,000 on top of it. That is fucking ridiculous. Now they know, like, holy shit, this guy is serious. If he fucks up, basically the client is going to profit from me if I do not deliver the best service in the fucking world. Now, you guys also want to position yourself as a growth partner. I kind of touched on this a bit earlier with not using Facebook ads, Instagram ads. Don't use that shit when talking to prospects. They've been burned so many times by this stuff. So you have to differentiate yourself in a different way. So, clients want more revenue, right? It's not just marketing. So you want to frame your services as a partnership. To be like, yeah, this is a partnership. We're just getting you qualified booked in home estimates, right? Pay on the results basis. And you basically just sell the dream, right? And it's not a lie. Like the dream actually, it's true. We're going to get them this result, but if you just have to differentiate yourself, right? Act as a growth partner for their business and that you're growing with them and not just, a college kid sitting in their dorm just trying to get, a couple $1,000 so, they can go buy Louis Vuitton, right? All right. So you guys also need to lock in your environment and your mindset of running an SMMA is no doubt 90% of everything. Now, what do I mean by this, right? You guys got to change your environment. What I mean by this is relocate to a city or somewhere that offers growth and also opportunity. And you want to surround yourself with ambitious and like successful people, right? I'm in my hometown, right? And everybody around me is just like, the 9-to-5 middle class. Who you surround yourself is actually who you be. It's actually ridiculous how that works, right? If you're just sitting at home, sitting in your room like I was for 6 months, I got nowhere. Or I did get somewhere. I got up to 10K a month, lost all my money and got back, and now I'm fine now. But it was like literally just crazy ups and downs. And the reason is because I didn't change my environment. After I made that 10K, I should have fucking left the country like that and went to somewhere like this, right? Like Dubai, Miami, right? Somewhere that has wealth, that has a frequency of wealth, and you can feel it, right? Like here, instance, right now, I feel fucking amazing. Like I genuinely believe that I want to be a billionaire someday. Like I literally believe that because there's billions of dollars around me. There's millions upon millions of dollars around me. I look out from my balcony right here, and there's literally Lambos all day. There's driving around fucking McLarens, Bugattis, G-Wagons, you name it, right? And you guys need to change your environment ASAP. Me changing my environment is probably the biggest thing to my success, right? I went to Greece and I met Kiwa. This was on a networking trip. I met Kiwa in Greece, same with Marco. Now both of them are my business partners. Kiwa told me something about, like I'm going to tell you guys in this video on how to book appointments on autopilot so you don't have to do anything and have 10 to 12 appointments a day at a very, very low cost. Well, he taught me that. Guess what? I went from 7 to 10K a month to fucking 30K a month in literally the next 30 days. If I didn't network, if I didn't change my environment, if I didn't get around people that were more successful than me and know more than me, I literally probably would not be in this position right now. You also want to visualize your future self on a regular basis. What I mean by this is every single night before you go to bed, I want you to visualize for 20 to 30 minutes every single night. Now, you can really play any music. It's good to just play, I guess, like I'd say like movie music or, nothing really with words. Just something that you can visualize very, very easy to. Because the reason you visualize is if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know the goals you want to get to, what you want, then why the fuck are you waking up every single morning and putting in 12 to 16 hours of work every single day? You're going to wake up, you're going to be putting in all the work, and soon enough, you're going to quit because you don't have a vision in your mind. The whole reason for visualizing is so you have a vision for what you want. If you see what you want in your mind and you actually have like the confidence to say it out loud and believe it with your affirmations, it will become true. Like for instance, right now, I'm sitting in my visualizations. I visualize this exact moment, being in Dubai, making fucking YouTube videos, having this shit on right here, right? I bought this like 2 weeks ago. So it's very, very important you visualize. And with the mindset too, when you visualize, you want to believe it. You don't just want to be like, oh, hopefully I get this in the future. No, when you visualize, you want to genuinely believe it. You want to say, oh my gosh, like I already have this stuff. Like I used to get like excited, like thinking that I'd have that shit. So I know what it would feel like to have this on my wrist, to be in Dubai, to be traveling, to be making 40K a month at 19 years old. I would dilute myself. I would be a complete retard. And it sounds like completely crazy. It sounds like a bunch of fluff and bullshit, but it actually works, right? It actually works. And like, I know there's so much guys out there that are going to say, oh, visualize, do the mindset shit. Like I'm telling you right now, you have to do this stuff because if you don't, it's going to be very, very fatal to your success. It's probably going to take you 10 times the time to get to your goals when it could take you 10 times faster. Now, step 4 is actually client acquisition. If you don't have a client acquisition strategy, there's no ways for you guys to get meetings, no ways for you to close sales, and therefore no way for you guys to actually make money. So what you guys want to do is you want to leverage the power of AI and lead generation. So use tools like ChatGPT, right? Very, very good. And use ChatGPT for cold email scripts and AI-driven prospecting tools. So what I mean by this is using ChatGPT. If you want to make, let's say, an email, you type up on ChatGPT, make me this email, la, 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 I want this in it, I want this in it. And then once you get that, you're going to get the email. You're going to get the email, the script. Then you're going to attune it to a better email, right? So you're going to say, hey, ChatGPT, I love this email, but make it more tailored, to roofers that want qualified appointments on a pan results basis. Then it's going to do it. You just keep telling it prompts to make it better and better and better. And then finally, you're going to get to a point where this email, it's going to be so crafted that it's actually going to work. You guys also want to focus on organic growth, right? What do I mean by this is building a personal brand on LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram to attract more leads. It's very, very important that you guys do this. Now, for instance, roofers, they're a bit older, so they're probably not really going to use Instagram, all that jazz, right? So if you have a younger audience, this is very, very smart to do. But if you have an older audience, it's probably just a bit of a waste of time. So I actually wouldn't do that. But for your younger audience out there, right? Let's say it was car detailers. What you guys need to do is you want to make sure you have an Instagram account, Instagram business account. Make sure you have a lot of followers on there. Buy followers if you have to. Put your VSL on there, put all your case studies on there, and it's basically like a second VSL, a video sales letter. Because what you're going to do is after your appointment setter books in a meeting, you're going to have the appointment setter, the car detailer, and then you in a group chat on Instagram, because you as in you're the company Instagram. And you're just going to meet each other and they're going to see that Instagram and be like, wow, this guy's legit. It's just going to build a lot of trust. And it's also going to increase your show up rate to the actual call. So you guys also want to utilize personal Loom videos because it gives it more of a friendly touch. Like it's a multi-touch approach, right? If you send a Loom video to someone over email and it's a video of you saying their name, saying like, hey John, I know you're with MD Roofing, right? Something like that. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, this guy actually made this video for me. He actually cares for me. It's not just one of those companies that sends out mass emails to thousands of roofers, right? This guy actually sent me a personalized Loom video, right? This is very, very important that you guys do this. If you don't make it personalized, there's no personalization in it. What's going to look like everybody else. You're not going to differentiate yourself. And therefore, you're not going to book in meetings and they're not going to show up to the call. So you guys want to do emails, right? Direct messages, calls. You want to do this all on autopilot, and you want to use it with automation. If you pair it with automation, it is literally unstoppable. Think of an automation sending out 500 to 1,000 emails every single day on autopilot. And all you have to do is press a play of a button. That is very, very powerful, very powerful. So that's why you guys need to use the power of automation. If you're sending out emails yourself, if you're cold calling yourself, if you're sending DMs yourself still, you are a fucking loser and you need to change this immediately because you're wasting your time and you're never actually probably going to hit 10K a month. Another thing we use is SMS outreach. Now, I know I've probably explained this in other YouTube videos, but SMS outreach is probably the best thing you can do, right? With a click of a button, I can send out 2,000 SMS a day and get 10 to 12 appointments on my calendar every single day on complete autopilot, right? Now, what you want to do is you want to do this to local businesses to make sure you have a steady flow of leads, right? So what I mean by this is get leads all around the USA and make sure you have a ton. So for instance, the contractor niches where you can get their personal phone number, right? There's over 100,000 roofers in the USA. If I reach out to 100,000 roofers in the USA, sending out 2,000 SMS a day, I'm going to get a shit ton of meetings. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. And there's probably even more than 100,000 by now. I think that statistic was in like 2023. And there's also people out there that don't even have a registered LLC or business and they're still roofers. So there's tons and tons of prospects out there for you guys to reach to. And SMS is the best thing because it's all automated. And it's also sending to their personal cell phone number. Now, you guys want to leverage outsourcing like crazy. If you are sending out SMS yourself and booking these meetings in yourself, then you're doing something deeply, deeply wrong. You need to hire out fucking 10 appointment setters right out the gate, right away, put them on 10 different sub accounts on high level and send out SMS on every single account so these guys can book in meetings, right? The reason you hire so much at the start is because there's going to be some setters that aren't going to be good. There's going to be some setters that leave. So after you hire these 10 guys, probably maybe 5 of them, maybe 3 of them are actually going to be good. Then you fire the other ones and you hire 10 more. Then you have a team of, 5 to 10 appointment setters that are fucking amazing. And that's where you're getting to anywhere between 10 to 20 appointments a day, all on autopilot. And this is so easy to scale. This is literally how I got to 30K a month, from going to 7 to 10K a month to hitting 30K a month in literally the next 30 days. This is how I got there because I just hired fucking 15 appointment setters, put them on 15 different sub accounts, right? And told them to just send out SMS, respond to these people, book them in. I gave them the exact blueprint I use, and now they're using it and they're booking a shit ton of meetings. And where you want to hire these appointment setters, for instance, it's going to be Discord, Upwork, school networks work very, very well. Just on, the platform School. Also, what works very, very well is Snapchat. If you have a lot of people on Snapchat, just post a story there, or even on your Instagram, if you have a lot of followers, you're going to get a ton of replies, people wanting to hit you up, be an appointment setter. So this is very, very good ways to actually do this. So you guys want to book appointments very, very quickly. And what I mean by this is booking like on the same day, right? Or like no farther than 2 days later, right? You want to get these appointments in quick, right? Because these are local business owners. They're busy, right? They're in rushes. They're in hurry. They're going to forget. So you want to get them in as soon as possible, same day if possible. If you can book them later in the day, because they're definitely going to show up to the call. And this is just going to increase your, show up rate. It's going to increase the close rate, right? So it's very, very important that you guys do it same day or no farther than 2 days out. Now, as far as step 5 goes, that's going to be your sales, right? You want to make sure your sales process is very, very dialed in. So you guys want to use a consultative sales approach. What you want to do is you want to identify client pain points, and you really want to present, right, your service as a, I guess I'd say, bridge to their fucking goals, right? So what I mean by this is just really, really dialing everything in, right? So make sure your sales hey, we're going to get you this result, and this is how we're going to do it, right? Their current desired position, right? Then you have the bridge to get to the position they want to be in. So you have to cross that bridge. You have to be at point A, ask them questions. Hey, I can't get leads. The leads aren't qualified, whatever the bullshit is, right? And you're gonna be like, okay, understood. Well, this is how we're going to fix this, Bam, bam, bam. You explain this in the middle. And in these questions, you already found out where their goals are. So they want to get from point A to point B, but in the middle, there's a block there. They have to cross that bridge. How are they going to cross that? They're going to cross it with your service. And if you can explain that to them and show them with pure conviction and confidence, you are going to close this person, because their only way to get to their desired position of B is through you. You're the only way. So if you make it very, very clear to them that you're the only way to get to that position, then they're going to fucking buy from you. Now, one other thing is you guys really want to, look at your past sales recordings. If you guys are not watching your sales calls, you're doing something seriously wrong, because you can learn from yourself. Now, next time you have a sales call, you don't make the exact same, I would say you don't want to make the exact same mistake that you did the last time that altered you from actually closing that sale. So make sure you review your sales calls. And you can also seek feedback from your peers or your mentors. Like, what I'm saying is, like, send a fucking video to, me, for instance, right, to review and make sure it's good. And what you can improve on, or you send it to your friend that's doing the exact same thing, and he might point out things like, hey, your eye contact wasn't fully there, or hey, you could have had a better tone in this position, or you could have objection handled this objection this way instead of this way. And then you actually would have closed that deal if you did that. So you guys really want to get a sales trainer, right? So what I mean by this is invest in a sales coach, just to, help the closing strategies, right? Objection handling, all that stuff. Because if you have a sales coach that is helping you improve your sales, it is a very, very good investment, because you're going to close more deals and make an instant ROI probably within the first week. If he says, oh, well, looking at your sales call here, well, you're getting this objection 10 times a week, and if you change it to this, you'd close. We're going to close 10 times more of the deals, right? So it's very, very important that you guys get a sales coach, because that's going to help you tremendously. So now you guys really want to make sure your sales calls are structured. What I mean by this is build rapport, right? Ask questions, ask good questions, right? You really want to diagnose the problem here, and you really want to present a solution also. And you guys also want to be, obviously handling the objection and then closing the deal. Those are basically the main 5 points, right? So build rapport, right? Ask good questions, diagnose the problem, present the solution, right? The bridge, handle the objections, and then close the deal. It's really that fucking simple. If you guys can get that down and make it perfect, you're going to close so many deals. You guys also want to be sending a VSL to these prospects before the call. Well, what is a VSL? A video sales letter. This is going to increase your show rate, and it's going to increase you guys actually closing these deals. So you guys want to pre-qualify the leads, right? You guys want to build authority prior to the sale conversations, right? Because if they see a 7 to 10 minute video of you explaining basically everything, getting them warmed up for the call, getting them hyped up for the call, well, they're going to join the call with an amazing expectation, a good, basically a good picture of who you are, who you look like, and they're going to be so much more comfortable, and it's going to be so much easier to close this deal. If they see that VSL, there's such a higher chance of them actually showing up to the call and them closing. You also want to make sure your offer is structured very, very well, because if it's not, it could go in the opposite direction and you not closing the sale. So as far as the offer goes, I don't want you guys doing any free shit. Do not do anything for free, because it's just a lie. I've been burned by roofers myself, where I was like, yeah, I'll work for you for free, and then once I get the result, you'll start paying me, right? I've done that. Or like them, like, pay per close. Never do pay per close. I got cheated out of like $7,000 in commission that I was supposed to get, because the guy fucking lied to me, right? So you don't do pay per close. It's a bunch of bullshit. If they say, oh, like, I'll give you 5-10% of the roofing job, if I get a lead and I close, right? It's super hard to track. You can do it, right? Is it possible? Yes, but I just wouldn't recommend it, especially starting out. You want to get money starting out, right? You're starting this business. You want to go full force and get it just started now. So what I mean by this is, if you really, want to sell people, just sell them and minimize the risk, right? What I mean by this is just like make a guarantee, make an offer that I, explained earlier that is so good that they can't say no, or make it just a short term. If you guys are really in a position of, I need fucking money, like I need money, I have no money, then what I would do is, I actually recommend this, is if you are in such a shit position right now that you just need money now, do a 1 month period. Do a 1 month period for 1,500, guaranteeing them a certain amount of jobs or revenue or appointments, right? And then if you don't get them that, you work for free until you do. And if they don't profit, you refund everything. That is a very, very good offer, and it's only a 1 month period. If you do good this 1 month period, then these guys are going to trust you so much. You're going to be like, yeah, I want to jump onto a 3 month period for 4,500. I want to jump onto a 6 month period for $6,000. Stuff like that, because then you can sell them on a higher package, right? And just increase revenue overall, your lifetime value of this client. You guys also want to offer incentives for these people to show up to the call. And what I mean by this is like free resources, right? Free audits, or, maybe even consultations to boost sales call attendance, right? So just stuff like that. Like if you guys can basically give them stuff for free just so they can join the call, they're going to love it. Like for instance, for me, I send them, the VSL and then explain a little bit like, hey, if you do this, you're going to close this much more deals, on roofing, stuff like that. I even send them a personalized email. It's called a My Story email. And I send them an email of my whole story of where I was to where I ended up now. Because if they read this, they're going to 100% show up to the call because it's almost emotional, right? They know about you. They know personal things about you. And like, wow, this is crazy. Like this kid, Zeke, he actually like did this, and look at the position he is in now. And they're going to join up to this call and they're going to be like, wow, this is cool. I want to learn more, right? Very, very important you do this. So step 6 is service delivery and onboarding. Onboarding, service delivery, very, very important that you guys have this dialed in, and it's very automated, but also a very, very good service, right? Because if you can provide an excellent service, clients are going to stay on with you for longer, which means more money, and you're going to close more people because you have testimonials. You have to systemize the onboarding. Develop like a streamlined process that's very, very simple for them to follow for connecting, their ad accounts went up and whatnot, getting everything set up and tracking KPIs, right? You guys want to make sure this is dialed in. They have everything they need, right? Access to high level, right? What I say is that you have access to the software for a lifetime, right? It just sounds like super cool. Oh, I have access to this whole software for free for a lifetime, right? So they have access to the software. Even if they're not a client anymore, I still let them have that account so they can see all their leads that are there that they generated. Now, you guys really want to outsource everything very, very early, right? Like use freelancers, maybe even white label partners for your ad creatives, right? Campaigns, ad campaigns on Facebook, and also just reporting too, right? Because if you outsource the service delivery, it's going to be so easy for you. Think about it, right? You have appointment setters booking in appointments. All you have to do is take the sales calls, close them down, and then you have someone doing service delivery for you. Or maybe you have a sales rep now. Now you have appointment booking sorted out with all the automations. You have sales calls on autopilot. You're not even taking them anymore. And now you have service delivery that someone else is taking for you. Now you're just getting, money on autopilot. You barely really have to do anything except for manage the team. So it's very, very high leverage. Now you guys really, really want to dial in the client results. If you deliver good results, like I touched on this before, you're going to have more testimonials, more referrals. And if you showcase like client success, right, even on your sales calls and also in your VSL, then you're actually going to attract new prospects and you're going to close a lot more people. And you guys also want to transition to scalable models. So shift from, revenue sharing, and working for free and that bullshit, go to retainers. Do not be doing that other crap. Just do retainers, or maybe even a 1 month period, sell high ticket, like 3K for 3 months, 4.5K for 5 months, even 10K for 12 months, stuff like that. Because that's just going to, you want more money up front. You want money up front. That's why people are so successful. That's why I'm successful, because I sell 3K, 4.5K, 10K packages at a time. And that's what I'm getting. See, like it's so easy to just like bring in revenue. And you also want to upsell your clients too. So after you deliver the service, upsell them on like, hey, I can build a website for you. I know how to build websites for you, and get you so much more traffic that you're going to look so much more professional, right? So there's definitely upsell opportunities to do once you actually getting this client good results and they trust you. You guys also want to make sure when you're scaling your agency, right, even hiring appointment setters, you want to hire on a only commission based, right? And what I mean by this is after you close a sale, right? So let's say you have an appointment setter, they're booking in appointments, right? After you close a sale, then you pay them, you pay them for the appointment. So that way you have no upfront costs. And when you close the sale, bam, then you pay them. And it's just going to free up so much of your time, and it's going to save a lot of money. It's just very, very good. And you're going to grow so fast doing this. That way, if you're starting off, you don't have much money, you can still book 10 to 12 appointments a day on autopilot. And then when you close those deals, send $250 or whatever it be to that appointment setter after you close the deal. So you guys also want to be documenting everything, right? Creating SOPs, right? And this is for outreach, for sales, for service delivery, right? Just also for client communication. The reason for this is because if you have 50 clients, everything is going to get very, very messy quickly, right? You need to have an SOP for how many appointments you're booking, the amount of sales calls you close, the amount of clients you have, when these clients, when they signed on, how long their terms are for and whatnot, right? So you want to make sure you have SOPs because things can get very, very confusing quickly, right? You want to make sure you're tracking when your next client payments are, when their terms are done, all that good stuff. You guys also want to use automation tools. So you want to implement tools like Go High Level. I know I mentioned that already a few times in this video, but you really want to make sure that you have Go High Level implemented too. And also client communication is very, very important. I don't like to do it on my phone on, iMessage on my regular iPhone. I like to just have it separate and have WhatsApp Business. On WhatsApp Business, I can connect with these people over WhatsApp. And then my WhatsApp Business is just for all my clients, and I don't have to worry about clients getting mixed up and whatnot. So it's just very, very, very easy to keep it organized and separate from my personal life and friends. Now, once you guys are actually making it really, really big in SMMA, what you want to do is actually transition to coaching and consulting, right? Because after you're acquiring, 20 to 30 clients, right? You know how to do everything, right? So you can package your process into a high ticket consulting offer. Now, what I mean by this is everything that you've learned, that you've done for your clients, you can sell that to your clients. You can sell that to the roofers so they can do it themselves, right? Because this way, now your clients, they're just sitting there. All you have to do is send them a course, a video on how to run Facebook ads themselves, how to get qualified leads, qualified appointments, and all that stuff themselves. That way, you can sell this whole course for like 10K and you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is check up on this client, and see how everything is going, and they do all the work. It's super, super high leverage, and it's a very good thing that actually a lot of people do with their agency once they get to a certain point that I'm actually transitioning to myself at the current moment. So you guys also want to stay ahead of the trends, right? So adapt to new platforms. So you guys want to be like always on the market, to like new social media stuff, new social media shifts, and you guys also want to stay relevant. This is very, very, very important because things are going to get saturated at some point, right? So you have to make that change in that movement at a separate point. You guys also want to use AI and automation, right? It's very, very important that you do this. So you want to automate repetitive tasks, right? You want to optimize the ads with AI so AI can take care of that all for you. And this is just going to honestly improve your overall efficiency and whatnot. And you guys also want to stay consistent and keep it very, very simple. So you want to focus on daily outreach, right? Content creation, client fulfillment, because this is what's going to really truly matter. This is what is going to, push the needle forward, right? If you just focus on appointments, show up rate, sales, then all you have to do is service delivery, right? You just have to take care of that first part because you need money in, right? All you have to start is just get those appointments, get those sales in, and then it's just service delivery from there. Now, also, I just want to touch on the importance of mentorship. So what you guys want to do is shortcut the learning curve, right? Because having a mentor is going to help you avoid very, very big costly mistakes. And basically, it's honestly just going to fast track yourself to success, right? From what I know now, I wish I knew this when I started because it would not have took me a year and 2 months to get where I'm at now. If I knew what I knew before, it would have probably took me no longer than 6 months. And I have pure confidence in that. It is so easy to be successful in this game if you have the right vehicle, the right knowledge, and you know the right people, right? So for instance, me, right? I know all this shit. I know what works. That's why having a mentor is so fucking important because they know everything. It's not just some bullshit course. It's not a course where you go through it. You don't have any implementation. You don't have anybody helping you and guiding your steps, right? With the mentor, they guide your steps, tell you what to do, exactly what to do, how to do it, do at this volume, and you're going to get this. And you really want to learn from somebody who's already done it. There's people out there selling mentorship courses on SMMA that haven't even fucking done it. They haven't even hit 30K a month, 40K a month, 50K a month, 100K a month. So you guys want to follow proven frameworks, right? Instead of figuring out everything by yourself. So figure out proven frameworks and make sure that is just dialed in. And you guys also want to have accountability and also guidance. So you want to have someone actually check your progress and also someone who keeps you on track, right? If you have a mentor, they're going to be asking you, how's everything going? Like for me, instantly, every single mentee I have, I text them every single day and I'm like, hey, how's everything going today? How's stuff going? How's stuff going, right? They're keeping you accountable, right? This is very, very important, especially when starting new as an agency owner. And it's just going to keep you on track, right? Dialed in. Your mindset's going to be right because someone successful actually cares about you growing in your success. And you guys also want to be investing in coaching and masterminds. This is so important. So you guys want to surround yourself with high level, high status people and entrepreneurs because this is also going to motivate you and it's also going to get you to grow. If I did not network, if I did not go to masterminds, right? For instance, the one I went to in Greece, well, I would not be in this position right now. And I can tell you that with full confidence. I would have not met my business partner, Kiwa. I would not have met my business partner, Marco. They're like two of my best friends. And I would not have met them if I did not go to Greece. I would not have figured out the systems if I did not go to Greece, because Kiwa told me about these systems that I'm actually have implemented in my agency now that is making me 40K a month. That's basically it. So if I wanted to hit 10K a month in 30 days, what I just explained is exactly what I would actually do. So if you guys actually want help scaling fast, at Fortune Consulting, we actually coach SMMA owners on how to implement the strategies that I actually went over like in this whole entire video and scale to 10K a month literally within 90 days, or we give everything back. Like, we'll refund you all the money that you invested, which you actually won't even find any of these fake gurus doing, because they don't have a product that works. We have a product that we know that works. That's why we can guarantee that shit. And we're actually confident enough to do that because we know everything that we actually give you guys and teach you guys actually works. So if you guys actually want to hit 10K per month guaranteed, you guys then can schedule a call to chat with me to see if we can actually help you, right? And the link is actually going to be the first link in the description. So yeah, just check that out if you guys want to. Obviously, no pressure. It's up to you. But we're getting the best fucking results on the market right now and scaling people to 10K a month, closing their first few deals within the first few weeks of working with us, which is absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, without further ado, that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. And yeah, I'll see you later. Peace.